morning, I guess today I'm looking at how to sustain your relationship as a godly woman. You need to take your pen, your notes, or your phone, or something on your tablet, okay? And then put some jots. Just jot down some notes. Marriage is a good thing. That is what the Bible teaches. That it is a good thing to find a good wife. And so most of the things that will make our marriages work out depends on we as Christian women. One thing that we have to know about marriage is that what God has put together, let no man put asunder. But just as you have time to develop and sustain your body from deteriorating and being healthy, the same thing you have to put in much effort into your relationship. Just like you do to sustain your work so that you'll be able to have an inflow of money into your system, into your family. That is the same thing we're doing to make sure that our relationship are moving on. So one thing that you have to do to sustain your marriage or your relationship is to build on communication. Have an open communication with your husband. If you're a man and you're listening to me, it's the same thing. Men do come and listen to what we say and we discuss it. So have an open communication with your husband. Don't keep things from each other. If there are some things that are going on in the relationship that you do not like, that he does not like, sit down, have a conversation, have a discussion, be open-minded. Don't keep anything from him or her. The Bible teaches us that when God blessed them, when God blessed Adam and Eve, they were naked. They don't hide anything. They did not hide anything from themselves. So be open and talk about things that are eating you up, things that are not going on well in the relationship. Talk about it. Things that are going on well in the relationship. Talk about it. So you build upon your communication skills, effective communication. I've talked about how to understand your partner and build upon effective communication. You can check it out after watching this video. The next thing that I want to talk about is respect. Build your relationship on respect. If you want your marriage to be sustained, you must respect each other. There is this trend of that is going on when we have a lot of women not respecting their husbands. We have the vice versa. Respect your husband. That is what the Bible teaches us, that we should humble ourselves to our husbands' love. When they express the love to us, we in turn respect them, just as Christ did to the church, and just as we do to God. That is what we must also do to our husbands. I'm talking to Christian women. Let us respect our husbands. Let's show them respect. There is no man who can express love to a wife who does not show that kind of respect to him. So if we want our relationships to work out, we want our marriages to work out, we must show respect. I've talked about one thing that men really hate, and you would wish to check out that video to get more insights about what I'm talking about. The next thing that we can do to help us sustain our marriages is build our marriages on truthfulness. Let us be true to ourselves, to our partners, okay? If you are a godly woman, you want to be true. You do not want to hide things from your husband. Neither should your husband also hide things from you. You can let your husband also listen to what we are discussing here as women, okay? So be truthful to yourself, okay? About your finances, about your outings, about your expenditure, about your work, about your vision, about your ministry, about your likes, about your dislikes. Don't hide anything. Don't build your relationship on lies. So be truthful to each other. Are you taking the notes? Are you liking the video? And have you subscribed? Before we move to the next one, can you just help my video? Share it out. Thank you. Now, one other thing that we can do to sustain our relationship is to appreciate each other. Appreciate each other. If you do not appreciate your husband, if your husband does not appreciate you, Who is going to do that? Who? The outsider? Your family members, or who? So there are some people who do not appreciate their husbands. They do not appreciate their wives. They do not appreciate their spouses. You love him. You love him. You love her. That is why you give into this relationship. So appreciate who your wife is. Appreciate who your husband is. If we really want our relationships to be sustained, if we want our relationships, our marriages to be sustained and move on, so that a spark will continue to be in, we have to appreciate each other. Appreciate the little things, the gifts that are given to you. Appreciate the kind of food that is cooked for you, the kind of money that is given you, the kind of work, the chores that your husband does to help you in the house, the care for the children if you have kids, the care for the extended family if there is something like that, the care for your work, the care for your ministry, the care for your giftings, the care for whatever you have for within you. Please appreciate each other. The little gifts, okay? Appreciate him. Okay? So, okay. One other thing that we can do to sustain our marriages, ladies, is that stop comparing your marriages to other marriages. No two marriages can be the same, even if you are a twin. I know some twins. Their relationships, their marriages are not the same. So you do not want to compare your husband to another person's husband, your wife to another person's wife. Godly wives, godly women, stop comparing your marriages to somebody's marriage. Otherwise, your marriage is going to break up. You know why? Because you are different. The other person is different. You have different temperaments. You have different likes and dislikes. You're not the same people. Your marriages, and even if you married on the same day, you are different people and you married on the same day, your marriages are different. So please stop comparing your marriages. Maybe your friends talk to you about some of the things that go on in your marriages. Try and see whether you can incorporate, whether you can digest, okay, some into your relationship, and try to pray about it so that it works up for you. And don't compare. Maybe look at the way this husband treats this person. Look at the way this husband dresses. Look at the way, have you seen Felicia's husband? You see the way he dresses? You see the way he talks? You see the way he does? You see the way he does? You see the way he does? You are destroying your relationship, woman. Please, don't make that mistake. Now let's move on. One other thing that you can do to sustain your relationship is to seek counseling and go for therapy. The fact that you are married doesn't mean that's the end of it. You must still continue to do what we call marriage postmarital counseling. Whether you've been married for 2 years, for 5 years, for 10 years, 25 years, 26, 28, 30, 50 years, you still need more skills, okay, to make sure that it's still not the same thing over and over again. So please seek counseling, even if it has to do with paying a little bit just to gain knowledge. Go for therapy. It is better for you to sustain your marriage rather than killing it, rather than destroying it. So please seek counseling and therapy. The next thing that you can do to sustain your marriage is make time for yourself. Make time for the two of you, yourself. Okay, make time. Yes, we have to do jobs. We need to work to be able to sustain our children, to be able to sustain our families, to be able to pay the bills, to be able to do a whole lot of things. But please, have time to have fun for the two of you. It can be just going on a walk. It can be, I can't say everything here. I think I have to make one video upon how you can make fun, okay? How to bring the spark out of the relationship. I talked about, I think during the COVID, I talked about this video about how to spark the fun, so you can check it out. So have fun times, have fun, make time for fun, plan for fun times, both of you, to sustain your relationship, because there's so much stress in the system. There is so much stress in the system, and you want to sustain your relationship. So what do? Make time and have fun. Make time and have fun. Have fun, okay? It's good as Christian, so also have fun. So have fun. Okay, so the next thing that you can also do as a godly woman to sustain your relationship is that improve upon your sex life. Woman, let's improve upon our sex life. As a married woman, one of the things that are going to make your relationship so well, to sustain your relationship, is to have sex. This is nothing. Is it bad for me to say that? Is it bad? Let me know in the comments. Is it bad? It's not bad, because it's part of the agenda. It's part of the relationship. It's part of the, what word do I really want to do? Oh, Holy Spirit, help me. What word? It's part of the relationship, of the marriage, of the union. Of the union. Thank you, Spirit of the Lord. It's a part of it. So work on your sex life. Do what it can to make sure that your sex life is fine.